to Nerdmation. I'm your boy Snake.
I am Mingo D. Sorry about that.
Woo. Dang it, Mingo. That damn mute button. Sorry I had to reset because I messed up and didn't push the like button. I mean, record button. So, but anyway, let's get to it. Read it again. Ha! Joshua made a joke. Okay, so I got to read this for everybody. People in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but people in Abu Dhabi do. That's a good one. That is a good one. I like that one. Okay. Thank you, Joshua, for that. That's where we get it from. It stays in the family. Oh, but speaking of other countries, though, Mingo, did you know that in Hawaii that you're not allowed to laugh loud?
I'm not allowed to laugh loud?
It's just aloha.
You stupid. You're so dumb. You're so dumb. You're so dumb. Ray would be dying right now. Good old Hammer would be like knocked out. Yeah, that's so stupid.
All right, anyway, let's get to the meat and potatoes, as you would say. So, like I said, one of the things that this cool things I ran across. Did you know that there is one character? It's one character, and this is the comics section, by the way. There's one character that Marvel and DC both have the rights to. This is where you interact, sir.
Oh, you're asking me. I thought you were asking the fans.
I'm asking you, anybody watching. There's one character. There's only one. It's legal. This is a legal character that both Marvel and DC both have the rights to, and they can use this character anytime they want they cannot tell the other. They don't have to tell the other people. Like Marvel, if Marvel wants to use them, they don't have to tell DC that they're going to use them, and vice versa. It's one character and he can jump between universes whenever he wants. He can. It's almost like a Deadpool situation, but this character, he is the keeper of the universe. Is that what you'd say? But
well, that takes away my thing. I was going to say maybe we're going to go with the Marvel thing and say somebody like Quicksilver or something like that. Since
this is not a known character. It's not like you can't you won't know him because his name is Axel Asher. And his name is Access. Get it? Because he has access to everything. Yeah, Noe. Thank you, Access. Noe knows. Yeah, his name's Access. So I thought this was a really dope because basically he came about when back when Marvel and DC was actually like they were doing a merger, and just a merger comics. But what it was is that he is they called him one of the sparks. There's like a shard is what they refer to him as, because apparently in this comic they're the two galactic or celestial beings that represent Marvel and DC. When they fought, from the last time they fought, they made this shard, or whatever. It was such a epic battle. The shard is passed down through his lineage, pretty much. But he's just the next one to inherit the thing. Basically, he is the keeper of the universe to keep it in line. So, and he can he's like a wanderer. That he can't stay in one universe in too long. If he stays in one universe too long, then that's when the people get to where they're passing through into the other universe. So he's basically to keep them in their respective universes. There are times where they come across where like there was some we talked about it on some other episodes where they had a merger where there was like a super captain where like Superman and Captain America. There was Dark Claw, where there's Wolverine and Batman merger. There's a lot of different ones in that comic. And that's where he came in. When stuff like that happens, this is his job to correct it, type stuff. So it's really cool. Like the fact that he is legally the only person, and the only thing that they can't do is kill him off. That's the only stipulation. He cannot be killed. Like whenever they use him, they can't kill him. That's the only stipulation. But he can be used by both legally. I thought it was dope. Noah said he gets nightmares of two beings that fight till the death. That's a weird character. Yeah, basically those nightmares are the shard of and the powers that he gets of back from when they did battle a long time ago. So it's really interesting. So if you want to look it up, just type go to Google and type in Access. Is Axel Asher. Just check it out. It is really dope. I hope that Marvel and DC will actually use him at one point. You know, like, and if you think about how if you're going to get into a little technical thing, it's just like a fan fiction type thing for me personally. But in the making of Deadpool has the fourth wall type of thing, you know, going on for him. That, you know, Deadpool he has powers from multiple people, multiple beings and stuff. What if he had part of that power from him? That's why he's able to do the fourth wall thing, you know? I thought that'd be a cool, like, little Easter egg thing that they could throw in there. I don't know. He knows about about Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, and Doom. Yeah. And along with Dark Claw and Super Soldier. Yeah. Yeah, Noe knows what he's talking. I think Noe over there just Googling.
Google.
Nah, I'm playing. Nah, but there is definitely somebody to look into and check up on, because I liked it. The next one for comics, this one, this one is the most epic one ever. Like, so I talked about this a while back. It was the King in Black comics that they made. So it just kind of finished up. Man, there's so much craziness that's happening in this King in Black series. It's like, oh my god! So the last one I talked to you about was whenever Flash Thompson became the anti-Venom dragon. Remember that? And that was like the biggest thing. You know, he came out as this big anti-Venom, just white dragon. It was like dope, you know? This big ass dragon. Well, Eddie Brock just trumped that shit. So in this latest, the ones that I've seen, so basically there's so much craziness that happened that so Eddie Brock became a Godzilla-sized Venom. Yeah, he came back like he. So what was happening when he was fighting? They're fighting um, the god of the symbiotes, right? Um, and the god of the symbiotes has I can't remember this freaking name of this sword that he has, but his sword is a black sword. Um, if you remember, if y'all know it, comment it. But I'm trying to anyway. The his sword is like the one one of the top 10 strongest weapons in the Marvel universe, right? Well, anyway, so while Venom Eddie Broccoli is in this Venom world, the fighting, the whole Earth is being invaded by symbiotes, pretty much by because of the King of the Symbiotes. So a lot of people are being like, it's so bad that the King of the Symbiotes actually symbiote took over with the symbiotes an actual freaking Eternal. So there's an internal symbiote uh, was being controlled. So like that's how much that just shows you just how much craziness is going on right now. Well, Eddie Brock, Flash Thompson, they've all died. You know, they're dead, but in that symbiote world, which they're considered as codexes, right? Well, uh, Eddie said Venom was talking with Eddie and told him that they need to go to Earth in order to be able to fully, be able to help, Well, Eddie was like, well, I can't, like I can't go back because I'm dead, But he said Venom told him he's a codex. I can bring you with me. You just need to choose a form that you want, that you need. So when he goes back, obviously he chose himself, So and to be Venom. So that's how he was able to be free again and be back alive. Well, as he came out, he he starts absorbing all the freaking symbiotes that are around him, and that's what made him this big Godzilla-sized freaking Venom. It's he's just like grabbing dragons barehanded, like just destroying them. Like I'm like, and Eddie Flash Thompson is flying around as the White Dragon. Like it just shows you that you think that the big White Dragon was something. It freaking Godzilla size comes out, just snatching dragons like flies. um, so that's the craziness happened. That was freaking epic. But as he's doing it, he's running. He was going towards as Venom was going towards the symbiote god to fight him. He gets struck through the back uh, by this light, like this fucking beam of light, and it pierces him. And it pierces and separates Venom from Eddie Brock. That light is the god of light. It's always against, so it's a light against the light in the dark fighting. So the light it was already on its way, to during the comics, like to go after the symbiote god because he's the darkness king or whatever. And so the light chose Eddie Brock to be its host to fight. It's kind of like the Phoenix Force situation. Um, so he gets this um, kind of, I don't know how to, like a cosmic power, kind of like Spider-Man did. Spider-Man had the cosmic powers for a little while. It's something along those lines. I don't think it's the same, but so the cosmic power tells him, uh, you have to, you're my vessel in order to win this fight and everything. You need to choose. You can choose uh, your form, whatever it may be. And obviously, you know what he's going to choose. He chose Venom, right? And so he smiled and laughed about it as his choice. So he looked like Venom, but he was not Venom. The entire time he's looking like Venom, but it wasn't the symbiote because the light separated him. So Venom was just over off the side waiting the whole time. But he looked like Venom. And his symbol was like glowing, like light glowing. His eyes were glowing, just bright. But he was all black with glowing. It looked dope. So while he's then he goes back and he's fighting, going after the symbiote guy, right? I'm telling you, there's so much craziness that's happened in this episode. Like he gets back and Thor, Silver Surfer, everybody's just, everybody's fighting against, in this battle. It's almost like as big of a battle as Endgame, it's a huge battle. If they would make this a movie, oh my God. Yeah, but bro, he summons Mjolnir from Thor, and it comes to him, and he summons the Silver Surfer's board, and it comes to him.
Of course,
and he smashes them together and makes his own weapon. He makes this big, giant, like glowing light battle axe. Like it was dope. Out of Mjolnir and the freaking Silver Surfer's board, and he goes after the symbiote god, and the symbiote god like swings that black sword I told you about down at Eddie. Eddie grabs it with one hand and disintegrates it. The epicness of this is that black sword I told you was one of the top 10 strongest in the Marvel. Like that sword has the ability to kill gods, and he grabbed it and destroyed it like nothing. So when that didn't work, that's when he called down the Eternal that he had control of, and he reached down at Eddie, and with no hesitation, he jumps up and decapitates the Eternal with that freaking at battle axe he had. One swing just decapitates him.
One swing.
Yes, man. I'm like, what is going on? So then he's running from Venom the whole time. He catches, he's like killing all the symbiotes along the way. Gets him. He actually uses the battle axe to draw the symbiote out of the symbiote god with the battle axe. Yeah, he like basically stabbing him in the chest and everything. He tosses him on the ground. He ends up killing him, eventually. Then I kind of wish I had it pulled up because I'm just going off of the dome right now. But while this is all going on, he also told Flash before the battle started. Flash was flying over him. He told Flash to go to his grave and merge with his body, with the symbiote, and it should bring him back. That happened in another comic. It was where Carnage did it. So that's where he got that idea and told Flash to do it. Flash flew over and the whole dragon just went into his grave and merged with his body. And he came back. So Flash is back and Eddie is back. Comics, You never know who's going to come back or not, So then after it's all said and done, his son, Eddie Brock's son, had a piece of the symbiote in him, the symbiote guy. That's why his son was able to control him in previous ones I talked about, right? Well, he still had that light power. He reached in and grabbed the symbiote, that piece out of him, and just destroyed it with his bare hands, So now that completely destroyed the symbiote. So all the symbiotes were free. And so whenever he came, after all that was done, the light went away from Eddie, and he was like, "Well, where are you going? Like, how am I going to do it?" Like, he's like, "Well, you become something else now. You're no longer needing me. Then that's when Venom came back, and Venom came back and merged with Eddie, and now Venom and Eddie are the King in Black. That's where the name he is the symbiote god now.
Wow.
Yeah, like the amount of epicness and stuff that was happening was just unreal. Like I was like, it is a really good comic to read. So if you get a chance, go check out the King in Black series. Um, moving on. Uh, so cartoons, I just wanted to came across that the Spider Verse sequel uh,
Ah.
is they're getting ready to wrap up. There's 3 new directors that they're pulling in, and they're pretty well known. Their names, and I'm horrible with names, so if I mess it up, my bad. I'm dyslexic and not all there. Yeah. Uh, so Jaquim dos Santos, uh, Kemp Powers, and Justin Thompson. So
Kim
to
Powers, that sounds familiar.
yeah, so a little bit about these people. So Powers is a co-director and co-writer of Pixar's Soul,
Ah.
and is currently Oscar nominated on his screenplay for a live-action drama One Night in Miami. Thompson was the production designer on the original Spider-Verse, as well
Mm.
as Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and its sequel. Dos Santos is a seasoned director and storyboard artist who has directed it on Nickelodeon's Avatar, The Last Airbender, and the Legend of Korra, among other series. So, like, just with those 3, like those are pretty good, well-known people. Like well-known. So that and the what they've worked on have been really good. So I'm expecting to that expecting that to be really good for a sequel. Sometimes sequels are like, I don't know. They can be hit or miss. So I'm thinking they might have a good chance for the sequel to be you know worth something. So here's to hoping that they pull that one off. Uh, Next up, I'm going to talk about anime. There's a couple things with anime. Uh, First off, the Demon Slayer, the movie Mugen Train hit America theaters, and a lot of people went and seen it. And it just everybody's just wild about it. And so I'm waiting. I'm gonna let it process. By next week, I should have the uh, the numbers on the box office, how well it did, everything like that. But everybody's already ranting and raving about how well it was. Uh, I I'm curious to see if it's going to beat out Mortal Kombat. If it beats Mortal Kombat, like that's going to be crazy. Uh, and like I said, I will gladly talk about Mortal Kombat on Mingo's show if Mingo wants to talk about it Monday. Yeah, no, maybe.
Oh, you're asking.
Why wouldn't I ask? It's your show.
No, I thought that you was like, just stating it. I'll let you guys know if he wants to, and then like, leave it open ended where it's like, will he? Won't he? Da, da, da. And then the fans are like,
Oh no,
cliffhanger.
that's open ended. Like you can say you get open ended. Maybe. So, but yeah, so that I still haven't watched it yet, but I'm hearing really good things about it, and I do want to watch it. I don't know if I'll be able to watch it from home, but we'll see. Next, anybody that are Castlevania fans, it's be returning.
On
Well, then,
Netflix.
returning to Netflix for season 4 on May 13th. So, yeah, that is one I still haven't watched yet. So it is on my watch list for the animes. Castlevania is right there. So I'm still working through my list. But I might move that one up because I've always been seeing and hearing about it. So I'm curious about it. And it's only 4 seasons, so I should be able to get caught up on that one fast. And there's a little sad news that
Dun dun dun.
they're the dang. I was supposed to practice how to say his name, so I don't want to mess it up. But I guarantee you, I'll probably mess this up. But it's a Naruto animator, Osamu Kabayashi. I probably butchered the crap out of that, and I apologize. I'm so sorry. But he died at 57 from kidney cancer recently, but he was the director, writer, and animator on Naruto. So he made a really good work. I mean, he was on some other works too. So he did a really good job, and he put all his heart into it. So sad that he's 57 too. Is the mid, like it's not old. He still had a lot of life left. So
yeah.
But condolences to his family for that. Anyway, moving on from that. Last but not least is the manga, and I want to talk about Dragon Ball because I'm all about Dragon Ball. So the Dragon Ball manga, the last episode came out, latest episode, and so Goku and Vegeta have finished their training so far. Finished. They kind of get interrupted in their training. They were training with Whis and Beerus. Vegeta's off learning Hakai. Goku's working on Master Ultra Instinct. So, a couple things that are interesting and worth mentioning and talking about is basically like when Whis was talking to Goku, he was telling Goku that Goku is attributing Ultra Instinct to a transformation, which it's not. It can be and be a transformation, but angels are always in the Ultra Instinct state. They don't have to transform. That's their base. That's how they are always in it. So that's how Whis was saying that you need to learn how to use Ultra Instinct in your base form. And he also, which is noted, one of the notable things to listen and know about is when he says, if your heart is calm and you're in the Ultra Instinct, you will be able to use Ultra Instinct no matter what form you use. So if you take that, whether he uses Super Saiyan Blue, no matter what transformation he uses, if he can master using Ultra Instinct in his base form, he should be able to essentially use that in any form he uses. But he did also say the silver hair transformation of the Ultra Instinct is something he wants he should save to use, to not to focus on trying to master that transformation, because right now he has a stamina issue. When he does use it, he don't know it. So essentially it goes back to when he was transformed, trying to learn Super Saiyan. Remember when him and Goku, when Goku took Gohan into the hyperbolic time chamber to practice and to stay in the Super Saiyan state? That's the same essential thing he's going to use with to train to use Ultra Instinct. So he does. It shows like in the panels. It shows like a few weeks past and like what their training is doing and stuff like that. And he's using like he was still has to have his eyes closed, and he's just letting his body just do stuff. So I don't see. I want him to be able to do it without having to close his eyes all the time, you know. But he was able to use it and fairly well at that. With Vegeta, he's training with Beerus. He's not doing little rocks anymore. And he moved up to boulders, and then he was training with Beerus. Beerus was just throwing logs into a river, and the river was just going into a waterfall, right? And Vegeta's just blasting them as they fall off the water ball, or destroying them with the Hakai. Then a big tree trunk comes down, and before he gets to come down off the waterfall, he blasts it. But not only does he destroy the tree, he destroys the entire waterfall and like this big old hole in the and
yeah.
then Beerus comes and just knocks him in the head, and he's like pointing at it, he's like, "You destroyed my waterfall." So as while they're training, the heaters actually went and paid Zuno, the one that knows everything, a visit to answer 10 questions for them. They got their questions answered about Goku and everybody, the Dragon Balls and stuff. They make their way to Earth, and they go straight to Bulma. No, first they go to Chi-Chi, and they wanted to know what the weaknesses were of Vegeta and Goku, which Bulma and Chi-Chi, you know. We don't know exactly what they were told yet, but they go straight to Chi-Chi and say that they need Goku and Vegeta's help. So the heaters are twisting it around to say that Granola is attacking their planet and they need help from Goku and Vegeta to handle Granola, so that way they would fight. That's how the heaters are twisting this. So they go and they they ask Chi-Chi for the help, and that they'll pay. That's her moment. Like anything money, like, oh yeah, let's go. We'll get the money. If they say that they're gonna pay, then she's all for it. So that's when they go to Bulma's house with and they're all acting. The girl is the girl heater. She's the main one, like acting out towards them, you know, like that, telling them that, oh my God, we need help, all that shit. So Bulma was like, yeah, I can get a communicator, so they can communicate with Whis. So Bulma asked Whis if Goku and Vegeta were there, and they're saying that there's people here looking for you, that they need help fighting this person that says that he's the strongest in the universe. And that's like, oh my God, you know, is this the person? You know, that's what. So that's how they found out about this. And so as they're about to leave, Beerus gives Vegeta an earring, the same earring that he wears, and he tells him that this earring represents basically everybody that has the ability to use destruction. So that's his. All the destruction gods have it, and any of their apprentices. I say that apprentice. So that's his honor. It's a badge of honor that Vegeta has now. So it's like, so he knows how to do destruction. So I'm wondering how far he can take it. So we saw him like destroying stuff, but with Vegeta, he knows how to use energy and manipulate energy. So how he's gonna fully use that to his advantage, you know? Same with Goku with Ultra Instinct. They trained for weeks, so we know how well he can use this yet, you know. And also alongside Vegeta's uh, stealing power energy or the skill that he has. You know, like he's able to take the power away that's not meant to be there and stuff. So it's like he's got all these different skills that he's merging. So I really feel like Vegeta is going to get his chance. I think that they will give him a chance to shine. Finally, hopefully. But it's still too early to say. They did. Weiss did mention that their pride or their uh, overconfidence will be their downfall. So it's like a word of warning. Um, and then whenever he gave him the earring, Whis, it's like, oh well, I'll bring this symbol back, and he draws the symbol on Goku's on Goku's gi because. And then like Bears is like, oh, you're throwing down the gauntlet? Like it was like, well, you did it first. You know, like it's hilarious that they did like that rivalry. You know, like so like since Beers has his champion, and Wee's like, well, I got my champion. So I think that's dope. Uh, and the fact that Vegeta put the earring on too, like that said that for Vegeta, that's uh, pretty big. You know, like character development wise, that that's that he actually wore it. You know, instead of like, oh, it's my pride as a Saiyan. I don't need all this. You know, all this. I don't know. So I feel like he is moving away from that. And I think that that's what Beerus is trying to um, relate to him. You know, like the amount, like he does have the Saiyan's pride, but he harps too much on that that past. You know, so hopefully he's gonna move on from that. But then that's the heaters get the Dragon Ball radar. And apparently, they said that the Dragon Balls on the Cerulean planet they don't turn to stone like the ones on Earth and Namek. So they're going to go back there and you try to find those Dragon Balls to use that wish there. So that's going to be interesting to see what kinds of since those Dragon Balls don't turn to stone to recharge, like how different that's going to be. You know, like what powers or what's that dragon consequences. You know, so we already know that it has they have stipulations on making the wishes. There's like Granola had to sacrifice his lives to. So I don't know if that's every wish or if that's just because that one major wish like that. So then the heaters tell they get Vegeta and Goku and they're transporting them to the Cerulean planet. Um, and they call Granola and tell him the way that what they tell him is that Frieza has found out that he's hunting Frieza, so Frieza sends two of his assassins after him, and they're heading to Cerulean planet right now. So that's how they're gonna engage in battle. So I don't know if it's gonna be the next one or the one after that they're gonna actually fight. So I don't know what's going on. It's a really good storyline though. I'm intrigued. What do you think?
I think it's way better. Well, for shout out to my boy, to the artist. You guys know him, Michael Fox. I'm sure Michael will probably agree that it's probably way better than the Susanoo and the big Goku power thing. I'm sure he's like, he's probably waiting, but this seems like it's going in a better direction. So, and like you said, I'm excited about the whole Vegeta thing. It seems if that based off how everybody knows storylines from comics, manga, anything in media. You probably everybody watch a ton of everything, TV, read books or whatnot. So if you can just pay attention to the the little hints, right? We says, your pride will be your downfall. So it's like, okay. Then Vegeta puts on the earring. It seems like he's doing a little different. But remember, what's the thing that if you go back to the early days, episodes, whatever of Super, then you find out that Goku has pretty much admitted that he has a problem, that he loves to fight. He needs more of that. So will it be Goku who makes that downfall? Maybe Granola's like on the point to where he's about to die, just like the last time. And then Goku's like, nah, I need more. Maybe he's enjoying the power. Maybe Ultra Instinct inside of Blue or something like that. Or with Kaioken is like maybe it's like too much adrenaline. Maybe Goku wants more. And then maybe that's when Vegeta has to step in. Or maybe Vegeta just gets so destructive in his power, maybe he just loses it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I know that the Heaters have been plotting a lot of stuff, and Granola knows a lot, so maybe they use Bulma, maybe they snap her neck. I don't know. But something can happen. I don't know. But some things can go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Because this seems like a really deep one.
Vegeta would go ballistic.
And maybe that's what, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't even want to think about that. Like,
or they throw a curveball and Gohan comes out of nowhere. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just want Gohan to come back.
I do want them to have Goku and Gohan come in with something, like, because he's supposed to be training, supposed to be. Whether they have him train or not, I don't know. But
what if he's like training with the Cell Juniors and Cell, and I don't know. That would be dope. And then they mention something like that.
That's another thing they haven't mentioned it again yet since they did it. So I don't know. Somebody's watching, so if y'all know, message, put a comment in the bar over here. And whoever is watching, put a comment down below. Let me know that you're here. Other than that, that's all I had as far as the Nerdmation was going. Did you have anything else to talk about with that?
No, that's it. I'm excited. I mean, I'm still tripping off of the dragons and the Venoms. I would like to see that animated. I would.
Yeah.
I mean, before they do it live action, before Sony attempts it live action, I want to see it animated. Disney, go ahead and put that up. I will watch it right now, please. Give me some good voice actors. I'll be a voice actor. Put me on there. I'll be a guy getting eaten by a symbiote or something. I'm fine with that, but I still want to watch it. So, cause that looks good. Cause I remember his name now. It's Noel, the symbiote guy, Noel. So it's like the fact that he's that powerful and they just killed him off, and then it's like, now what is Marvel's next plan? That's pretty bold. Pretty bold. I'm excited. So, yeah.
I'm pulling up this other thing. So that's all. Like I said, that's all I have for the Nerdmation. And if you're, since we're live right now, don't leave. We're not done yet, but I do have to do a little closing thing just for editing purposes. So that's it for Nerdmation. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And over on YouTube. So catch us up on that next week.
Talk nerdy to me. Get nerdy with me.